Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pentiment, the mirthful monastic murder mystery set in the town of Tassing, of course. So, last episode, we conducted an autopsy on the late Baron, and we also snuck into the library, where we bore witness to a bit of tomfoolery, shall we say, by the brothers Matthew and Rudiger, and we also uncovered a bit of the mystery about who the Baron assaulted on his last visit, none other than Sister Matilda. So I think we've made some pretty decent gains. Unfortunately, though, we did also kind of miss out on a huge chunk of the day, of the morning, and looking at it now, it's basically lunchtime. But before we go and break our fast with someone, and it looks like we can choose a few people to have lunch with, before that there, we did say that we would finish up, or try and crack actually, the cipher that we clocked old Prior Ferenc getting up to, or working with, rather. So, we're here back at the scriptorium, and lo and behold, we've got none other than Prior Ferenc out here. But before we go and talk to him, I'd just like to pop into the Prior's house. Let's see. Hang on. What's this? Someone was in a hurry to get rid of this parchment. Ooh, this could be useful. It smells recent. Probably wasn't burned more than a day ago. So we have a burned note. Of course, this adds to the occult hands that we noticed earlier. There are deep indentations in this parchment. Whoever wrote on this page above, it must have been angry. I wonder if I could make a charcoal rubbing out of this page and reveal the content of the writing. So come on, we can see what this says. Brother Rothvogel. Come on, what does it say? Oh, there we go. Ah, clear as an alpine day. It's a letter to the Baron from Prior Ferenc. Ah, this must be where Ferenc wrote the letter I found in the guest house. So yeah, for sure. Well, we already knew that Prior Ferenc wrote that letter to the Baron. Lawrence was blackmailing Ferenc. It's the same text. Okay, so we've got the charcoal rubbing, so without doubt, we have proof now that Prior Ferenc was the one who, we have proof now that the Baron was categorically blackmailing Ferenc, but what did Ferenc do about it? That's what we want to know. Let's have a look at this. What is this? A volvole? Okay, this must be the cipher that we saw. I've seen these before in astronomy and medical tracts. What's this one for? 2 wheels, the top wheel has Greek letters and holes cut out to reveal Latin letters underneath. And the outer edge of the lower wheel is divided into 4 sections, each bearing an elemental symbol. Greek, Latin, and elemental symbols. It's obvious someone with occult interests fashioned this. Ah, a quarter turn of the upper disc aligns a different elemental symbol with the top of the lower disc. Given the number of letters and the size of the discs, there's enough space for a total of 4 versions of the Latin alphabet. That reveals... yeah, let's use our logic. This must relate to the Greek letters I found in Ferenc's book. I need to compare them. But these symbols aren't the same. No, they are not. The elements don't appear in the cipher, and the astrological symbols aren't on the volve. Wait, of course, every astrological sign corresponds to one of the 4 elements. Yeah, it has to be, for sure. Of course, this is what we found in the library, right? Libra and Gemini are air, Scorpio is water, and so on. That's it. When the cipher indicates an astrological sign, I just need to correspond it to the appropriate element on the wheel. Simple. Okay. I gotcha. Alright, so... the first symbol there, that looks like... if we look at the table at the top, that looks like it's in the air column. So... come on. I gotcha. Okay, so now we go to the air column, okay, and we find... what is it, W? So that's H? That has to be right. Next, we want that symbol, but that symbol is in the Earth column in green at the top, so we change this to green along here. And it does it for us, doesn't it? This symbol, my Greek alphabet is not spectacular, as you guys can see. The next one is in the fire column at the top. So we go to red, fire, and look at that. It's good enough. It actually just goes to it for us. Wait, does it? Is that right? Oh yes, B, yeah, that's right. Hig. Next one is the H. That is water. Guys, we've so got this. Have we got this? Next one is fire again. Next one is air. This one is earth. This one is earth again. And M is water. Gerhard. Gerhard? Oh, of course. As in the late brother Gerhard? Yes. Yes, it can't be a coincidence. Hi, Gerhard? Brother Gerhard died sometime last year. How does this connect to him? Is it an anagram? Using Gerhard's name, Do you use his name for an abbreviation? Why his name? Yeah, why his name? And why Higard? Couldn't be Greek. Never heard of an Italian or Spaniard named Higard. Either ridiculous. Let me think. Is it an anagram? Did he use his name for an abbreviation? It's a lot of letters for an abbreviation. No. A cipher inside of a cipher, perhaps? If it is, I'm not equipped with the key to solve it, so I must proceed with other options. Let me think. Maybe it's an abbreviation and a name? Is it an anagram? Hurried? Hardier? Where does the G go? God, I'm sure IDOC would know. There are 7,560 different combinations to try. I don't have the time to solve it through brute force. Let me think. Wait, maybe it's an abbreviation and a name. Gerhard is the name. What's H.I.? Haud ignota? No. Hinc ilia lacrimae? Oh my god, it's so much simpler. Hic aicet. Aicet. Here lies. Here lies Gerhard. Gerhard's grave. I wonder if it has something to do with the Baron's murder. I should ask the abbot for permission to exhume the grave as soon as possible. Okay. I think this was really useful. Yeah, this is huge. Alright, so now... Wait, so do we want to talk to Brother Ferenc now? Let's just see what we have got on him. Yeah, go on, let's have a natter. I mean, he's right here. Ah, Andreas, what an awful time, awful time. A baron murdered in Kirso? These are dark days indeed. Brother Piero, I admit. I would have never thought him the type. What could have possessed him? You can't believe Brother Piero would kill the baron, it's not in his nature. Piero is a half step from the grave. You really think he could have killed a man in his prime? The devil can make monsters of even the holiest of men, Brother Ferenc, but Piero? Yeah, let's go with that. All men are weak to Satan's temptations, Andreas, even old men. But you have come to me for a reason. Do you need something? Found a straight plate in your fireplace. It was written in an unusually fine hand. Interesting letter from you addressed to the late Baron Rothvogel. You rushed into the scriptorium and hid something strange at your desk. So, we can... Yeah... We can engage him regarding these things here. What would be least offensive and most likely to get him to talk? Maybe this? What? Where did you get that? Lorenz's manservant Miklaus, from an impression I made of your writing pad. Were you performing occult rituals with the Baron? Let's go with that. He thought I might shed light on who killed the Baron. It's not as it looks. He meant to coerce me into performing a ritual to help him with a condition. Okay, but I refused, as the letter makes abundantly clear. The Baron's threat remained, and you know how fickle Inquisitors can be about what books people choose to read. The line between one who knows such rituals and one who practices them is as thin as a spider's thread, Prior. Had you performed rituals with him, I'm given to understand you share a love of occult books. I mean, this is kind of accusatory. Do we want to go there? Let's go there. Some would say it is only a matter of time before the temptation became too much. Do not question my devotion to the Lord, Master Maler. I am the Prior of Kyrso Scriptorium, one of the few of its kind left in Christendom. Modest though the abbey may be, our library contains works on subjects rarely found beyond the walls, certainly not all in the same place. For men of certain academic interests, it is perhaps the only place we may meet and discuss them. I've always thought it's a perfectly reasonable area of study, so long as you avoid certain subjects. Are you a witch, Prior? No, we're not asking him that, for sure. Yet he threatened to expose you to Church Inquisitors. I mean, yeah, I've always thought it's perfectly reasonable to study certain areas of study. It's a rich area for scholarly insight. The Baron's interest was more than academic. When he wished to make it practical, I refused. There is nothing more to it. The Inquisition is not kind to practitioners of witchcraft. Laurent could have gotten you killed. I did not kill Baron Rothvogel. And I do not care if you believe me. It is simply a fact, which the Archdeacon will surely realize. Now, is that all? I have duties I really should attend to. I have a few more questions, if you don't mind. Yeah, okay, should we see? Be quick about it. So... I mean, are we kind of mounting evidence here? We're going to be mentioning the other things. You rushed into the scriptorium and hit something strange at your desk. Pardon? And why were you sneaking about the scriptorium? What was it, some kind of disc? Why are you trying to distract me? What was so important that you had to be late for Turkey? I wasn't sneaking. I dropped a bottle of paint on the floor and was cleaning it up. Yeah, that's the truth. I could have left it there if you'd preferred. The floor is rather drab in the scriptorium. Get more work done while you and the rest of the brothers are at church. This ungrateful wretch. Let us seek a common understanding, Master Maler, as two brothers in Christ. Please, let's. I love to understand things. Grr. The scriptorium is my domain, and you are a guest here. And so long as that is true, I do not answer to you, but the abbot only. Is that clear? I suppose. Why aren't you the abbot? Oh, we shouldn't push him. Let's not push him. Praise be. Will it be all for you today, then? Go on, let's ask him the last lot of questions. Fine. Found a strange note in your fireplace. Was it written? It was written in an unusually fine hand. I found others around Tassing with the same hand that seemed to have appeared out of nowhere. What are you doing in my home? Aren't we jumpy today? Is there some reason you don't want me in your home, Prior Ferenc? Any secrets you'd rather stay hidden? Any person of manners knows better than to go snooping through others' things. I have nothing to hide. Then why burn the note? What was left was difficult to read, but I could make out the red bird, Matins. It was a strange little thing I found on my desk after waking up for Matins. It meant nothing to me, so I put it in the fire. Do you know who might have put it there? Surely it's just a loose scrap, but the hand was handsome, you're correct. Unlike anything penned by the brothers in the scriptorium, to be certain. How unsettling. Do you remember what the note said? Yeah, maybe that there. No, only that I found the contents nonsensical and disturbing. The remaining legible part read, "The Red Bird." You don't know what that could be. Scrap from some bestiary, I couldn't say. My eyes watch the heavens, not the trees. Although, we do not see many red birds at this altitude. The common robin, perhaps, or a swallow. But that doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it was nonsense. Why did you find it disturbing if it was simply nonsense? I know German isn't your mother tongue, but I don't believe for a moment you don't know that red bird is Rothvogel. Yeah, let's go. Enough. It was trash, nothing more, and I have naught else to say about it. One more thing. One more thing? Who has access to your home? That's the question we want. Everyone at this abbey. But what does it matter to you? It was just a scrap of paper. I'm not sure yet. I just have a strange feeling about it. I found a similar note in the Baron's effects while Brother Florian was performing his... Ooh, we shouldn't. Oh, we shouldn't. Perhaps you should pray the Lord settles your spirit so I might have some quiet. But you don't find you don't find the coincidence strange? No, we operate a scriptorium, Master Maler, and house perhaps the largest library in Bavaria. We are awash in parchment scraps. They multiply like silverfish between the pages of our books. Are you satisfied now? I suppose that will have to do. Thank you. Excellent. Are we done here? I will leave you in peace. Be well, Prior Ferenc. Be well, Master Maler. Okay, that was defensive, and so he's defensive and evasive, but I think that was pretty useful. So, in Ferenc's house, you have discovered the Volvela. You can use this to figure out the cipher he left. I figured out Ferenc's cipher. It says Higard. Latin for Hila is Gerhard. I should check Brother Gerhard's grave in the cemetery. He was defensive and evasive. Yeah, okay, so let's check the cemetery. Was it... is it this one? Brother Gerhard's grave was disturbed recently. Ferenc must have buried something here. I need to dig up this grave if I want to know what he was up to. I should get Father Gerhard's permission first. I bet Otto would help if I asked. Who? Otto or Brother Volkbert would lend me a hand? Who's likely to help us? Otto, maybe? Alright, let's go ask Otto. But actually, we need to think about lunch, don't we? So, where are we going to go for lunch? That is the question. Okay. So, I think we should go have a spot of lunch with the Widow Kempener. These wood carvings are quite curious. Yeah, so I'd like to ask her some questions. And while we're here, let's go see if she'll offer us a spot of lunch. I mean, maybe. You want something? Oh, hello. This must be Ranning's cane. It's strong, sturdy, and here, the head is broken off. The break looks recent. Could Ottilia have used this cane to kill Lawrence? Ottilia, your husband's cane is broken. Do you remember how this happened? How should I know? Everything in here is broken and falling apart. The head broke off at some point. I don't remember how. Alright. Pah! Okay, that looks like it might have been useful. Okay, so she doesn't, okay, we clearly can't have lunch with her. Which, yeah, okay, I mean, I suppose it's not the end of the world. Should we go to the Bowers? Johann Bauer? Okay, let's go see if we can have lunch with the Bowers. Andreas, it's good to see you socializing outside that boring little abbey. Kirso is quite unusual, actually. Hetty, hello. You Bowers weathered the storm all right? A couple leaks in the roof and a busted starter's mend, but we've seen worse. No alpine squall's going to keep the Bowers down. Couldn't have been timed worse, though. Just when we were getting ready to have the girls over. Girls? The Gärtnerin girls, Clara and Eva. Surely you noticed the sheep are getting near to lambing. Maybe not, city boy like you. We sheared them all, and now we got a mountain of wool to spin before the babes come. Jesus, give me strength, as if there's not enough work to do already. At least you got Clara and Eva to lend a hand. Oh, fat lot of help they are. Mostly they just sit around and gossip. You almost know just about everything that happens in Tassing. Yeah, okay. You bet your little ass I do. People just seem compelled to come to me with their troubles. Must be that famed listening ear of mine. You want to know what's really going on in Tassing, Master Maler? Stop by the Spinning Bee, socialize. A handsome man like you shouldn't be wasting your best years on books and paints when there's pretty girls to court. I'd like to come by? Yeah, I'd like to come by. I like that eagerness, Master Maler. The girls would be glad to see you, and Otto might even show up. You're friendly with him, aren't you? Come by my home in the morning or afternoon, we'll be there. Alright, I should get back to it. You stay out of trouble. Okay, be well, Hetty. Oh, that reminds me. Care to join us for a meal? Yeah, okay, I'd like that. Yeah, lead the way. That's what I like to hear. I'm starving. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. You guys know this prayer now for sure. Amen. Just say your grace. Let's get to it. Alright, these guys have a decent meal. There's been some chaos up at the Abbey, hasn't there, Andreas? Could hear those bells ringing clear across the valley. Sounded like the monks were mustering for war. You haven't heard? A man was murdered, the Baron Rothvogel. Yeah. Good riddance. You won't find many in Tassing crying over one dead nobleman. I can't believe you haven't heard, Johann. Have you had your head in the dirt? I don't attend to gossip. That's your job. You're damned right. I'll admit this has me interested. A murder at an abbey? How did it come to pass? I'm still trying to figure that out. My mentor, Brother Piero, was found with the body, but he's too frail to have done the deed. Okay, what are we starting with? Poached egg? Fresh pottage? Chicken? Right, where I come from, we save the best for last. So, let's work our way up to it. Let's start with the pottage. Grisly. What about the blood? Was it everywhere? Oh, oh, buckets of it. Absolutely ghastly. Tell me about the wound. Could you see it? Jesus, Mom. I'm only curious. It's not every day a man's murdered in broad daylight. What if I needed to protect myself? You're being weird, Mom. Weird and drunk. Uh-huh. Do you have any idea who might have done the deed, if not this Brother Piero? The Baron had many enemies in town and at the Abbey. Scandalous. To think that any Tassing resident might be a murderer. Don't say that. Buck up, son. A noble killer won't take an interest in you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Whoever killed the Baron has to be dumb as rocks. Or very angry. Does anyone come to mind, Johann? I suspect we'll find the culprit as a bit of both, maybe? I can think of a few townspeople who... yeah, a bit of both. Does anyone come to mind, Johann? No, and I wouldn't tell you if they did. No good can come of whatever it is you're up to, Andreas. Once the church and the nobility get involved, all the peasants are going to get is shit. From one end of the other, or the other, it doesn't matter which. Gross, Dad. Heh. Okay, let's get the poached egg. What? I'm right. Hans thinks I'm right, don't you, son? Always, Dad. At least God granted me one respectful child. Ugh, what a suck-up. Speaking of the church, has Johann told you about the abbots out to ruin our lives? No, but I suspect it has something to do with his taxes. Yes, thank you. Even a traveling artist from Christ knows where understands. I'm from Nuremberg. We were supposed to expand our farm, but the abbot's taxes made it impossible. We can't grow enough barley to feed ourselves. Pay the miller's toll and give abbey its due. It's not Christian. It's not right the way you and the rest of the farmers are treated. Yeah, I'll nod regretfully. It's not right what they do to us. Now that Ranning Kemper has kicked the bucket, the old witch's land will be forfeit soon. Once Cetilia's gone, her land will be available for us to purchase, God willing. Not if Uncle Franz gets it to first. I can't believe you. She's an old lady, living all alone. We should be looking after her, not picking scraps from her corpse. Shut up, Jesus. How dare you speak to your father that way? Should I? Let's say nothing. I feel sorry for Otelia. Lord help me, we're going to have a very serious conversation about your attitude, Veronica. You're in for it now. Eat shit, Hans. That's a typical dinner. Alright, that's it. Andreas, it's been great, but I need to have a talk with my ungrateful children. See yourself out. Oh man, we didn't even get to the chicken. Your heart's in the right place, Veronica. Be nice to your sister, Hans. Let's just go respectfully. Mind your safety on the walk back. That charcoal man and his suspicious friend are about. Damn. Okay, so it's back to work time. Time to get back to work. Okay, so we're here with the, we can attend the bee. What's the bee? Is this the bee? No, the bee is... Is that over here? Oh no, the bee is just where they natter, isn't it? Brigitte, hello. I wish you a good day, Andreas, but I fear that would be a lie. The Baron Rothvogel was murdered at the Abbey, have you heard? What, something happened? Martin's gone missing. Cat is beside herself. Oh, I saw him fleeing from the Abbey on Thursday morning, right after Baron Rothvogel was murdered. But not you? Yeah, but not you. I'm very worried for him, but this is not the first time he's run off. He said he wasn't feeling well this morning, and I just knew he had another scheme planned. I'm sure his mother knows where he is. He speaks more to her than he does to me. Even though I am his wife. I'm sorry, I've always been close. They've always been close. They've had to be to endure, well... to endure Franz? How did you know? You haven't said a word about him. That absence is telling in its own way. Franz is a difficult man, and very hard on Martin. It's made him difficult, too. So difficult that he could commit a murder? No. There is a storm cloud over Martin, but it rains only on him. He would never hurt someone. I can't imagine it. What are you talking about? It's nothing, an idle question. I'm sorry to have disturbed you. I should probably get back to my chores. Franz will be angry if he sees me shirking. Or talking to an unmarried man. Of course. God willing, Martin will come back soon. He will. I must trust in Providence. Be well, Andreas. Be well, Brigitte. Alright. Well, now that it's work time, let's see if we can have a word with Lady Otelia now. I mean, maybe. I'm not sure. Will she talk to... Yes, it looks like she will. Well, if it isn't the late Baron's new best friend. Nice to see you too, Otelia. Afternoon, I'm glad to see you in such a good mood. Rah, city boy. Think you're so clever? What do you want? You must be bothering me for something. I wanted to ask you some questions about Lawrence Rothvogel's murder. We've never really talked. Yeah. Will she tell us anything? Not the first time Perch answered my call. You want to know what I'm thinking? I'm glad he's dead. I hope whoever killed him gets the abbot next. Maybe burns that entire abbey to the ground. And that's all I have to say about it. What did the Baron do to earn your ire? Life of an innocent man is at stake. No, she won't care about that. Yeah, what did the Baron do to earn your ire? What did I just tell you, boy? I don't have anything else to say on the matter. The life of an innocent man is at stake. One of the elder brothers, can't you spare me a few minutes? You think I care about what happens to some old monk? Pah, idiot. Yeah, she doesn't care. Kill them all, see if I care. Every agent of the church should die. Where is this anger coming from? Is this something I can help with? You shouldn't talk like... yeah, it's something we can help with. No! Well, maybe. Don't suppose those skinny arms of yours can hold more than a paintbrush? I'm not as strong as Otto, but I can lift things and reach high places if that's what you need. Not often someone offers to help out old Ottilia. Fine, you do some things for me, maybe it'll jog my memory. But it's gonna take a while. Lots of things been building up. Things I'm too old to do. You got someplace to be? Oh, okay, so I think this is a decision we have to make now. I have noticed. I think this is going to be just like when we snuck into the library. It's going to basically take up all of the rest of the afternoon, or maybe even until the next day. So we will probably... we have to decide now. Do we want to effectively interrogate Ottilia, or do we want to consider some of the others? So we also have Lucky Steinauer. We have got Mother Cecilia. And maybe we could go back to Prior Ferenc? I mean, would he give us something more? I'd also like to, well, maybe not exhume, but dig up Brother Gerhard's grave. But we do need to find out why... I would like to find out why Ottilia has this animosity towards the Baron and everyone at the church, basically. So I say we do it. I have no other plans. I'm all yours for the afternoon. Follow me, then. Been needing to collect some firewood, but I haven't been able to muster the energy. Let's gather you some sticks, then. No questions. Good. Okay. So this is just a pick-up sticks game, is it? I wonder how many we need. Get some from over here. Oh, she's going to be so chuffed when we come back to her with all these sticks. I mean, I think that should be enough, right? Most of the fellings town can only gather sticks. Yeah, this has to be enough. There are trees Otto's been felling for the abbot. Okay, so Otto's been cutting these down for the abbot, has he? Break off that branch there, the big one. Technically poaching Ottilia, it's wrong. These trees belong to the abbot. I can't risk being caught stealing from him. If you insist, this will be remembered. Good. I like an obedient boy. Eat shit, Gernal. That's all the wood I need for a while. Okay. Like, what did Gernal have to do with this? I'm guessing he told her you're not allowed to collect the big sticks or something in the woods. I can't use all these sticks. They're too big. You need to break them down for me. For a common lady, you certainly have the mien of a noblewoman. Sure, break sticks. Got it. Let's just do it. I need the right side at a certain length, so break them and forget the lower scrap. Where should I break them? So I need the right side at a certain length. So break them and forget the leftover scrap. Okay. I'll know it when I see it. Now get snapping, boy. So she needs the right side. How much does she need? Maybe this here? I need these smaller, so they'll fit in my hearth. In my hearth, Andreas. Okay, let's make them a bit smaller. Like that there, maybe? I need these smaller to fit in my heart. Okay, even smaller still. How big? That big? Damn, smaller than that still. Fine. So she wants them tiny then. I suppose that one is fine. That one should do nicely. Yeah, I think we've gotten the size, haven't we? About there. It's fine. Suppose that one is fine. I'm guessing we can make it too small? Maybe you're more useful than you let on. Now, come help me back at the house. Of course, lead on. Are you sure this will be enough wood? What if there's a cold snap? Perhaps we should get more? It will have to be, won't it? Unless you mean to come around again. I'm an old woman living alone, and summer is coming. Soon I'll only need fuel for cooking, not warmth. Don't worry yourself, boy. I'll be fine. If you say so. But I worry about you living alone. Okay, what's next? I have some mementos from Rannig here. They've been crooked and I can't reach. Could you hang them for me, Andreas? Yeah, easy enough. And please, be careful with my pictures. Some are very fragile. I would hate to lose them to your carelessness. Okay. Is this going to be a picture hangy game? Alright, so be careful. Wait, is that right? No, it's upside down. Okay. Alright, I gotcha. It's this way. Think you could hang those papers on the table? I can't reach. Alright, let's go up here. No, is this one down here? Is this right? No, this one wants to go up here for sure, doesn't it? Okay, so come on, we can do this. There we go. Let's do it. Come on. There you go. That looks alright. Thank you for hanging those. Just one thing. Remove the cross. You sure about that? Don't you gainsay me, boy. Alright, I guess. If you're sure. What do you plan to do with the cross? Of course I'm sure. You've done what I asked so far. Why are you balking now? Just do it. Damn, okay. Let's just... Okay, there's nothing else for us to see here. Let's just get this then. Let's just do it. I'm assuming she doesn't mean for me to tang this note. Ooh. Remember your husband, the pain he carried like Job, the red bird flies, Martin's chapter. So she got the same note as well. Where did this note come from, Ottilia? No idea. I found it on the table the night before Rothvogel died. I can barely read it. The writing's too fancy. Keep it if you want. It means nothing to me. Interesting. I got one last thing for you to do, if you're willing. A legal document. I need you to read it. The words are too small for my old eyes, and my reading's not so good. I'm not an expert on Bavarian law, but I'll do my best. Good enough for me. Alright, let's see. This is it? Let me see here. Standard introductions, document shows, etc., etc. Here we are, the meat of the document. It says, oh, due to a recent death of Rannig Kemper, his lack of heirs to inherit, your inability to pay fees on the land, your property is forfeit to the church. Oh, this is what the family was telling us. I'm sorry, Ottilia. Ah! That devil, that monster, this is all the fault of Lawrence Rothvogel. If he were alive, I'd kill him myself. May he boil in hell for all eternity. Your hatred of the church, did you know this would happen? Come on, I think it's time you tell me what happened. Rannig, my husband, he caught that Rothvogel devil riding through our property and told him, rightly, to leave. The Baron beat my Rannig for it, beat him so savagely that he took a cane to walk. Even his breathing pained him, never could breathe deep so long as he lived, which wasn't long at all. Good God. That Baron was the worst kind of man, careless and cruel. He knew he could beat my Rannig and suffer no consequences, so he did. We were not even so low as animals to him, we were furniture. And I knew after Rannig died the church would try to take what little I had left. This document only confirms it. All because of Lawrence Rothvogel. You know, that's a pretty compelling reason. Oh man, let's say nothing. Since Rannig left, I'm just waiting to die. Why should I have to go on living when he's gone? He's not even been dead a year. I hoped I would follow him before the church came for what was left of our life. Inheritance laws are cruel to the widowed and the childless. You know where you'll go. What brings glory to the church brings glory to the Lord. You will look for... Oh no, she will not respond well to that. Yeah, inheritance laws are cruel to the widowed and the childless. Just as the church likes it. It doesn't matter, boy. The laws will never change and nobody cares. You know, that's a pretty compelling reason for you to have killed him. You said yourself you'd do it if you could. Who's to say you haven't already? Finally, some honesty from you. This was the real purpose of your visit all along. I'm an old woman, Andreas. Even walking from my bed to the door pains me. How can I kill a man in his prime? Not that it matters. I'm sure I'll take the blame for it anyway, just like I'm blamed for every runny nose and thrown horseshoe around here. The people in town can't wait for me to die, and the Abbey vultures hate me for my contempt of them. None of it matters. I don't care what happens to me anymore. Thank you for your help, boy. You're the only one who's come calling since Rannig passed, do you know? Now get out. I need to lie down. Of course, I was glad to help. Oh. Damn. I should find someone to eat with. Oh man. That was pretty heavy stuff. Alright then guys, well, I think it's time for a quick break here after all that. But when we get back, time for some supper, and then to consider all that we have learned here from the widow. And I'll see you guys next time.